and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here. So today we are here with how many tags can we make in an hour. So these are all the clusters that we have made, and we made lots and lots of them. Now it's on to tags, and I think what I'm going to do is actually use some of the clusters on the tags, not all of them, but some of them, like probably the smaller ones. So I think that would be quite nice. And then with everything that is left, what we'll then do is we'll use them in our how many cards along with other ephemera that we have. So that's what we're going to do today. I have picked out some, I've got some ribbon, I've got some lace, and they're like pink ones. I've got some burlap ribbon, and then I've just got some grosgrain ribbon as well. So we're just going to use that. I'm not going to get anything else out my stash. I'm just going to leave it that. Let me just move this up here. I'll start it with you guys in a second, and then I'm just going to go through and decide which ones I'm going to use on the tags and which ones we're going to use on just as they are. So as we've got quite a few that are quite small, which I think will help make some beautiful tags, and it's what I would normally do anyway, so I think that's definitely the way to go. Now the plan is how many, like to write in the oh, I like that one and that one. Right, how many tags do you think we're going to make today? I'm going to say 32. That's how many I think I'm going to make, but you guys leave your guesses down below. I will do it real time with you as well, so if you want to put it on speed up you can, because it's in your settings, there's 3 dots, and in the settings it says playback speed, and you can double it. So if you don't want to watch for the full hour, then you can watch yeah, at like a quicker speed. I will sound very squeaky, but you can watch it in double the time. Like that one, maybe those ones. I think a lot of them. I don't want to use too many, but I would like to use a few of these. So I think right, okay, so these ones we're going to keep for the how many cards. These ones I'm willing to use in the tags. We are going to use this set. It is a card kit from Love from Lizzie, so we're going to use that. And thankfully in it, let me just take everything out, we do have some card stock. So let me just get all the card stock out, because that's what we're going to be using to create our tags. Now I'm going to do them all different shapes and sizes. We're going to have small ones, big ones, medium ones. Yeah, there's no sort of rhyme or reason to what I'll be doing. Okay, I'm just double checking. Yeah, and we're going to use the 12 by 12 papers in which to colour them. What I am going to do is all of these, let's pop in this bag, because this bag will be everything that we need for the how many cards, because I won't be filming that today. I'll probably film that some point tomorrow, so I want to keep everything in one place. We've got embellishment bits as well. These will just be for toppers, our cards. So yeah, we can pick at that. Right, okay, so I think without sort of further ado, let's just start. So are we ready? Our timer is now on, so let's see. How I said 32, didn't I? I did. So first up, I'm going to just take all the cardstock that was in the kit. We're going to cut it down. So I'm going to do 2.5 by this is 8, so by 4, and this one I think is like 4.5, something like that. So yeah, just like I said, no rhyme or reason to sizes, just going to get out what I can from this. So like that's quite a nice size, so let's do a few that size. Okay, and then this one is going to end up being quite a thick one, so I'm just going to cut a little bit off. There we go. Right, so, and again. So the first thing you want to do, now I don't have any cardboard, unfortunately, at time of filming of this. Oh, we can make a nice thin one. So I've got no cardboard to sort of do my tag bases with, because that's sort of what I would normally use as my tag base. Right, okay, so we've got some there, but we can... I have got plenty of cardstock, so when we run out, I will, we can always go and grab some cardstock as and when we need it. So, there we go. Right, okay, we've got a few bits to get us going with. So let's see. Now, first thing I want to do is, I'm going to use this actually. This is tissue paper. It's actually for decoupage, so we're going to use that. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick these down on the back. I mean, if I'd thought on, what I should have done is just glued the whole pieces down on here, but never mind. So we're just going to glue all the way around and get these stuck down. So I'm going to use this full sheet if we can, and then we'll cut around them. So actually I'm thinking that now that we might not make that many. I'm going to make as many as we can. A lot of this, because of the clusters, we will have done a lot of the work anyway in the last video for the clusters, so those ones will be quite quick, I reckon. Whereas I think the ones where I'm using my bit box and other embellishments, they're the ones that are going to take us the time to do. Okay. So just like this, making sure to get those corners, because when I cut it, we are going to cut them into tag shape. So I think I need to get another glue out so I can refill this. And then like so. Yeah. And I'm just going, I mean, you can see they're all different sort of widths and lengths. Yeah, there's nothing to say that you can't. And I am thinking maybe I should have done shorter ones, because I was going to do a 5x5 cards, but we can cut them down. So what I'll do is I'll measure them and I'll cut them down so that the 4 3/4, because then they'll fit on the card bases that I know that I'm going to be using. Okay. They're all, I'm sure I've got small ones. We do, because we've got, I can fit another one in there. Okay. So I'm just sort of trying to batch make them and batch cover them. I am going to come in with some other cardstock for other layers, so we're not just doing one colour and then sticking something on the top. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, you can definitely do that, but I was going to say, I had a feeling you'd see the glue through this, because this is basically like tissue paper. Okay, and then I'm just going to, if we can, cut down perfectly down one side of each one. Okay. Oh my goodness, this is quite awkward to deal with, but I think it's because it's so thin, because it really is just tissue paper for decoupaging. Okay, there we go. And then, oh, I cut into the cardstock, but that is fine. I am going to tidy up my desk in a second as well, because I have a feeling you're not going to be able to see much of what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm going to move the stuff to the side of me. The stuff that I'm not actually using right now will move. So basically this big pile of paper. Let's get it out of here. There we go. Just to give it a bit more, so we can see what we're doing. Okay. And then cut this one. So we'll deal with these ones first before I go on to any more. But now that I'm looking, I mean, I have no idea how much time we've got because my screen's gone blank. Yeah, I think I might have been over enthusiastic with my 32. So, but we will see. Okay. Oh my goodness. I think what I should have done as well, made sure that, there we go, I'd gone right to the edge with the glue. And I probably would have been better off using double-sided tape for this. However, I think you still would have seen it. Okay, so there's that one. Now, let me grab my trimmer because, like I said, we do need this to be maximum 4 3/4. So let's pop our things on. Like that. Okay, so that's that one. So before we cut around it, let's just, saves me doing it. Okay, and then this bit, and what I'm going to do is cut that, and then, so we're just making it into that tag shape. Now I'm not going to be putting holes in the top because I am using these to for the top of my I am using these, sorry, for embellishments on top of the cards, so I don't want to put that hole there and add extra bulking. So we are just doing the tag shape. I'm not going to be doing putting ribbon through it. I mean, it's entirely up to you, you're more than welcome to, but I don't think for this particular project I'm going to. Right, okay, that's 3 done. Right, let's move that a second. Okay, so we've gone through 10 minutes at them so far, so not too bad. I feel like I need to tidy up my desk just a little bit more, but we will do in a minute, making sure that is, and it's not so, just going to cut that down. There we go. Like I say, making sure they are going to fit on the card bases that I use. So if you're going to do something like this, then it is something to be made aware of. Okay. Oh. Just like that. Okay, and then like this. Right, do the other side. So yeah, there we go. Right, how many? We've got a few done so far. Let me just get rid of this bit of rubbish. Okay, and then we'll get on to doing the rest. Like I said, this is in real time. Normally I would put, if I'm doing stuff like this, I'd pop you on speed up, so that you don't really have to watch all the prep work in real time, but I want you to see what you can do in an hour. Okay, and then do this side. Right, so there's that one. And it is, yeah, it is repetitive at the minute, but once we start getting into the swing of things. Right, okay, and then that side. So when I do the tags, I just take the corner and I cut off a triangle, and then I reverse it and put it along so that we get the tag shape. And it's as simple as that. Okay. This, like so. I've just remembered I've got my coffee here. Oh, and it tastes lovely. It tastes so good. Okay. Right, I do think I'm going to pick out one sheet of the 12 by 12 and do a bit of tearing with it. And then I think for these ones, I want to use that burlap ribbon, burlap ribbon lace stuff that I got out of my stash. I'd like to use that on these. Right, I need to check the sizing of this one because I've got a feeling, yeah, it is just a bit bigger. There we go. So there's that side, and then on this side, I had hoped that I would film this in one day while I've got all the ideas in my head, but looking at the amount of paper that's left within the 12 by 12s, I can see that it's definitely not going to happen. But yeah, loving this idea, and I think I might have to do it more. Let me know if you've enjoyed this series once you've watched the other bit, and if you'd like to see it more often, where I do how many clusters, how many tags, and then how many cards. So we're not just doing the how many cards. So, and the good thing about it, the one thing that I love about doing stuff like this is the amount of stash busting that you can do. The amount of stuff that you can use. My aim is to empty my bit box. So a lot of you have seen my bit box. It is huge, and my aim this year is to empty it. I don't think I will, but I'd like to at least get half of it out this year, because that'd be fun. And it was just bits and pieces that I found in my studio as I was going through it, and I just couldn't believe how many sort of ephemera pieces I had just tucked in here, there and everywhere. Honestly, absolutely crazy. Right, okay, the next lot, I've got this piece, although I think this might be the piece that we need some tearing on. So let's just do that. Okay, right, let's have a look. So do that, and I'm just going to use my glue. Come on. There we go. Now I am going to get my heat gun out, so we're just going to stick that on there like that, and then this can have a cluster on. Oh, instantly, look at that, it's done instantly. Where did I pop? Now, do I want lace? Oh, there it is, it's behind my coffee. Do you want some of the burlap? I'm thinking some of the burlap. Right, okay. Let's get the glue gun. There it is, right. Okay, let's move them over. Let's grab a glue stick because we're going to need it. Right, these are more tag bases, so I'm going to just move them there. Let's move all of this away from that glue gun, because we all know what a pain that glue gun can be. Okay, so there we go. Right, that feels better. It doesn't feel as cluttered. So that's going to go on there, and then that's just going to go on there. And I just think, how gorgeous is that? I love that. Now a lot of these, once they've been made into cards, I will be sending out in orders, as well as I will be donating them, because I do get asked that question nearly every video. So yeah, that's what I tend to do with my cards. I tend to send them to the charity shop. So I would recommend asking your charity shop first, if they accept them, rather than just dropping them off, because not every charity shop, unfortunately, not everyone accepts them. So double check with the charity shops first, and then yeah, and then you can arrange to do that. Or even like nursing homes, so you could do nursing homes. Right, there we go. That is our first tag complete, and it just looks gorgeous, so I'm really pleased with that. So we're going to go along the same route, I think, for most of these, because if it works, then why not? Now I want a bit of that on. That's too, oh, let's do the good luck one. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually, oh, why? We're going to pop a bit there and a bit at the top. Okay, because we didn't have a long bit, and it doesn't matter. And there you have it. How gorgeous is that? I like that. So once you sort of get started, they're really easy to do. Oh, do you know what? Yeah, let's do that. And I'm not going to put any lace on that one. We'll actually keep one without. Okay. Now, yeah, so just like that, and then yeah, and then that one. Now let's see what we're going to do. Oh, I like that on there, and I think I might like that with a bit of this lace in. Yeah, so just like that, and then using my hot glue gun. Okay, and stick that on there like that, and there we have it. So you can sort of see how quick and easy they can become once you've got, you know, once you know what you're doing and once you get into the swing of things. I think I'm going to bring in some of this lace now. Okay, so I don't know if you can hear her, but Lady is with us and she's happily snoring away. Right, make sure there's plenty on there because we want to stick that on. Oh, I love how that looks. Right, what I am going to do is just put a little dot up there so that doesn't fall down, but yeah, it needed that bit of lace. Right, okay, so there's that one. Do we need to add anything to them? Or can we just get away with putting? Yeah, I think we can. So this one, we're literally just going to use the cluster. There we go. And the cluster's done the work for us. So there's that one. So as you can see, they can be as quick and as long as you want them to be. A bit like the clusters. Don't really, I'm not really thinking too much about what I'm doing. I am just having fun with it. Okay, I think a bit of that, definitely. However, I think I also want a bit of this. So this one's going to be a chunky one. So like that. And then we're going to have, do you know what? I want a bit more paper because you can't see it. So let's pop this down like this, so I'll get that really stuck down, and then yeah, I like that. Okay, and then we're going to stick that down. So this one's a really chunky one. Oh, I love that, but that is going to look gorgeous on a card. Oh, definitely I think. Right, let's do this. I'm loving this burlap ribbon. I do have more, but I did say at the beginning I wouldn't bring any more out. Oh, let's just do the burlap and a cluster. Okay, she's getting louder. She would. I'm afraid, guys, you've got her for another 40 minutes. Right, okay. Oh, that one with this one, definitely. That was a happy accident. Okay, turn it the right way. Is that the right way? I think it doesn't matter. Right, okay. And then I'm going to stick that on there. And again, oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Right, this one, I want to use some of this ribbon. So let me undo that off. And what I want to do, I like the plastic. This is Doodlebug, but it comes on a plastic winder, which is quite nice. Right, with this one, I am wanting to go around it like this. Okay, and just like that. And I'm just going to pop some glue on just to make sure that this sticks. Like that. Okay, liking it. And then, yeah, just what I wanted. Perfect. I sort of saw this in the corner of my eye, which was why I picked up the ribbon and thought I'll chance it, and yeah, it worked beautifully. Right, what I am going to do, I've just got a bit of scrap paper there, I'm just going to pop some glue just so that they stay in place, just like that, and it doesn't stick to anything. But I love that, and that was so simple to do as well, which is what we love. Okay, so there's that one. We've got one more thing to do from the ones that we've just put together, so let's turn that off. Even though, oh, it's made a heart. So cute. Right, let's have a look. Quite like that. So I'm going to use this because this pink is beautiful. Okay, let's just do that. Yeah, that baby pink is absolutely divine. Now, what I would like to do, I just want to cut one of these out. So let me get this cut out quickly. Like this. Just because I think this will just add that little extra something. Yeah. So let's pop that on. And then I'm just going to go underneath and do that. And then with this ribbon, I'm going to do a bow. Just to go at the top of that. Because we have it, so why not? Okay. And then cut that. Stick some glue on, and there we go. Oh, that looks fab. Really nice. Okay, so there's that one. Right, okay, I have turned my glue gun off. Excellent. So let's get rid of these blobs of glue. Right, there we are. So I can get rid of all of this, and then let's grab these ones, and yeah, let us put some glue on and some paper. So I'm going to do it with this paper. Okay, now I do need to trim down that white because I think it's more than 4. Okay, so let's cut this like this. Okay, so I'm just going to cut around it. And then we've got 2 more tags that we can pop together. Oh, she's really snoring. Isn't she? She's really going for it. Now these little bits we can definitely use on these tags as well. Okay. There's that. That. And then down here. Right. Now just put it into a tag shape. Like this. Okay, nice. I like that. Let's do the same with this one. Oh, instantly, I think I know which one I want in here. This one. Yeah, I'm going to keep that really simple as well. So I'm not going to do anything behind it. We're just going to keep it like that. I think that works really nicely. So there's, oh, actually, what I might do is let's see if we can do a bow. Okay. Yeah, we can do a bow. Right. Maybe pop a bow on. Okay. And then I'll stick that just there. And yeah, that finishes it off beautifully. So there we have it. There's another tag. And then we've got this one. Oh, I've got that thank you, which looks quite nice. I am thinking that maybe just a touch of lace popping its head out. Yeah, I think that works. Now, how many have I got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 5, right? Yes, lady. Okay. I'm not sure if this will have warmed up. Come on. So it's the glue that's taking its time. Okay. We've got, right, I do need to go underneath that. Right. Okay, let me grab my trimmer because I just want to trim these down to 4 3/4 before we do anything. Because they're just too big otherwise. Now, if I'm making tags and stuff for like Christmas, because as most of you know, I do make all my own tags at Christmas. Those videos should start coming probably in August. You'll probably start seeing those videos. Yeah. Then I do them at all different shapes and sizes so that it doesn't matter what size the present is. We can do what we need to do. Right, okay, so that can go there. Let's grab some more paper. Oh, I do have this one. However, I'm actually going to turn this one into tags. So, cut that down to there. And then I'm just going to cut one. Because these are going onto cards, I'm okay to use them. Now, we've got these, which we can definitely use. So let's get them chopped down while I'm here. Okay. Right, because then I can use these, you see, on some of the tags. Right, okay, one more to cut down. Right, okay, there we go. So, right, let us make them, oh, there it is. Make these into tag shapes. Now, because this is already patterned paper, I don't need to cover it, which is nice. But we can add a little bit on if we wish to do so. So I am. I'm going to add some of this tissue paper. Okay. There we are, just like that. Okay. Oh, I did it as well. Right. Okay. There we are. Get rid of those strings. Right, and then we've got this gorgeous hello. Oh, look at that. That goes beautifully. Why does that happen? It always happens. Yeah, I'm going to go with this one. Oh, so glad that was turned off because I slipped then and that would have burned. So please be careful when using a hot glue gun. They are dangerous, which is one of the reasons why I turn it on and off a lot, so that it doesn't get up to full temperature, because yeah, I know how accident prone I am. Right, okay, so that's that one done. I've just dropped some, oh, it's one of the sentiments, that's fine. Okay, let's do scissors. Do you know what? Perfect. Right. Okay, again, I'm going to use some of this because it is something that I would like to use up. So, pop that on. Just like that. And there we go. Right, and then I do have that hello. Oh, that actually looks really, do you know what? I'm not even going to put any lace or anything on that. I'm going to leave that one as is because I think it works. So, that was nice. No. Do you know what? Let's do a bow. Okay. Like this. Right. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that down. And then, there we go. Yeah. Oh, honestly, this stuff is annoying. That on there. Oh, why? Just why? Turn it off again. There we go. Okay, so there's that tag. Now I need a bit of paper. So I'm going to use this piece to cover these. I'm just going to use my regular glue for this. Okay. Like so. There's one. Okay. Two. I'm gonna say I know there's more. Okay. And then that one. Right, I've got, will that fit on there? Not quite. So it's trying to decide on, right, we can, I know what we can do. Let's glue this one down. Okay, like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that one along there, and then that blue bit with the torn edge we'll put on here. There we go. Right, okay. So let's cut these down. Like this. So I'm just concentrating to make sure I cut these out okay. And it's a bit hard to concentrate sometimes when you've got a little lady snoring at you. I mean, she's cute and everything, but yeah. What time are we on? How long have we got left? Right, we've got 25 minutes left. So, just cut around these. Hopefully we'll definitely have enough time to do these ones. Oh, isn't that paper beautiful? Really, really nice. Okay. And then around here. Right, there's that. And then we're nearly done. Okay. Now I think I want to use some more of that tissue paper because I'd really like to use that up if I can. Don't think we'll use it all in this video, but I do think it does look really nice on these tags as a backing layer. So yeah, definitely. Okay. Right. Any more? Yes, we've got this one. So I've got that half there, but I'll show you what I have planned. So we have this bit here. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to glue that bit there and then do that and then cut around it. So it's as simple as that. So if you've got like little scrap bits, then, you know, add them together. There's always a way. Right, okay, get rid of that. And these. Right, let's see. Okay, that bit can go there. I don't really want to hide all of that paper, so that one can go on there. That bit there. I think I might put some of the burlap on these ones as well. So I think that would be nice. And then that one. Perfect. The only thing is I haven't took the corners off. Okay. And then, oh, why not? We may as well, if it's there, we may as well use it. Okay. Oh, I love that. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to keep these ones square. Yeah, perfect. Right, let's turn the glue gun back on because we now need it. That one's going to go on there. Okay, that one. I do think pink would go nicely. Okay. Can't quite see, so you know what, let's cut it in half so we only have a little bit of lace. There we go, followed by this. Perfect. Okay, and then that can go there. Now I want to add a bow onto that one, so we will. And then we're going to stick that one there. That one's already got a bow on, so I think that one works quite nicely. Okay. Let's have a look. Oh, this one's quite nice. Yeah, I want to put the V's in this one, so let's do that. Okay, liking that. I might even put a bow on that one as well. I am gluing down at the minute because now while the glue gun's on. That one can definitely have a bit of that, and we'll use this one. So I can turn the glue gun off while we do the last bits, and we will V that one. Let's have a look. I mean, I've got loads of them out, but oh, actually that one looks quite nice, and I might bow that one as well. Yeah, right, okay, so we've got a plan of action. Let's turn that off because otherwise it's going to start leaking everywhere. And then stick that on there. Right, so let's finish these off. So first thing I want to do is I want to put the V's in. Well, they're trying to take the corners off. because I really think they'd look nice. Okay, and then there's that one, and then this one. Nice. Oh, I didn't stick that on. Excellent. Okay, so let's, luckily this is still warm, and we're just going to stick that there. Right, okay, we've got, I'm going to use the white ribbon so to put our balls on. Okay, so there's one. Yeah, I like that. I'm hoping there's enough. I don't know if there will be. I mean, we've got the other one, a nice brightly coloured one, which is fine. Yeah, that one on there. Yes, I'm going to have to use the brightly coloured one, which I think I'm going to use the bright one on that one. And use this one on this one. Perfect. And then do this one with that end one. Okay, so let's just, there we go. Right, so this should be hot enough just to glue these on. So there's that one, and then that one's going to go up there, that one there. Okay, and then this one up at the top. Okay, there we go. Right, okay, so that is our next lot of tags. How gorgeous they look. I mean, that's a bit of a messy ball, but there we go. You would be able to sort it. I love them. They look so nice. Looks really, really pretty. Okay, so that's them. How many? Right, so we've got 15 minutes, so we've got a good amount of time left. So let's grab some paper. Let's grab this, and do you know what, I'm going to do some tags where they've got torn edges, so I think that would be quite nice. Now I do need to get these cut down because we need a little bit off them, just like that. Right, okay. That's 2. And then take some off this one. And do this. Right, okay. Now I do want to tear the corners off. So we're doing that. Never done this before, so yeah. Something a bit different, isn't it? There's that one. 1, 2. I'm going to have them the purple way around just because it's a different, yeah, I like that. And that one. There we are. Right. Okay, let's grab some lace. Okay. So, 1. Oh, do you know what? I like the idea of that and that. Right, let's do another piece on there with that. Now these pieces are going to have that bit and this bit with some of this one. Okay, so we go with the paler pink for these ones. Okay, right, so now that that's done, let's turn the glue gun back on and let's have a look. That one can go there. That one, I don't have many left, so oh, I quite like that on there. So yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, this was the very last one that I made. yeah, in the cluster set. Right, okay. I'm liking the look of that. Just again, just waiting for the glue gun to heat up. Come on. So just getting it to heat up because we need it to be nice and hot. Oh, where's that glue stick? So that we can go through all the layers. There we go. May need to go under, which I thought I would. And let's do the top bit, just so we know we're stuck. And there we have it, a nice rustic tag, which I quite like. And then this one, so just glue down there. And then, I mean, I think the only reason why I'm probably able to make the amount of tags that we've made so far today is simply down to the fact that, sorry, just thinking that is because we're using the clusters as well. I don't think I would have got through this many if I hadn't decided to use some of the clusters, but that's what we use the clusters for. Why we make them is to make our life easier. And then so just glue down there. And again, I'm going to apologise for Lady. I know a lot of you like to hear her, but anyone who's new here, I have a Cavalier, a King Charles Spaniel, who likes to be in on the videos by snoring. So I work at the bottom of my garden, and she has a bed right next to me where she sleeps, and she loves it. So yeah, she's so happy. And I'm so happy to have her with us. Right, okay. Have I got, yes we have. Right, let's see. Now we are going to tear because we are running out of time. And so I'm just going to be making one at a time now. Okay, we've got that. Yeah, let's stick this gorgeous bit on. Like that. Oh, I want some of this on. Just a tiny amount like that. Let's pop on a nice little flower. Perfect. What's this? Oh yeah, there we go. So this one is without using clusters, and I quite like that. Okay, just cut that. Perfect. So quite quick and easy, that one. Do you know what? I think I want a bow. I want a bow. So let's do a bow. Okay. Because why not? Okay, there we go. And then let's glue that down just under there, like so. Right. Oh, gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I only have a little bit left of that. Right, okay, we've still got quite a few clusters actually that I had planned. Let me just get rid of that, otherwise it's going to stick to my work. Right, let's grab another one. Okay. Again. Oh, do you know what? Let's have it this way. And I am going to take advantage of this purple stuff. Okay, let's stick that on. Oh, I should have had that the other way, but never mind. Oh, it's leaking again, because of course it would. I should really have a look to see how much time I've got instead of panicking, because we are in panic mode. Even though I don't understand why I'm in panic mode. Oh, you can't really see, so let me chop up there, because I really want to be able to see that. We can use that other bit of lace if we've got time on another one. Right, we need to turn this off because it's getting ridiculous now. There we go. I like that. I do feel like it needs a bow. Oh, we've still got 9 minutes. So definitely going to be able to make one more, at least. Right, okay, come on. Okay, yeah, that's the last we're doing with that one. And then stick that there. And then we have it, there's another tag. Although I am going to straighten up the top. There we go. Perfect. Much prefer that. Right. Okay. One more. So let's just cut the sides. Yeah. Right. Okay. I'm going to have that bit there with that bit. May as well have that bit. We are using like all the last little bits. There we go. And then let's stick it down. There's now a hot glue. There we go. And just like that. Get that hot glue off the back. Oh, I like that. Oh, I don't have any more ribbon left on the table for bows. I would have liked to have put a bow on. Well, we can put bows on anyway when we're doing our the cards, can't we? Right, sorry, let me just get rid of some of these bits because everything's in the way. I'm hoping we can do, I reckon we've got 2 left. So let's do that. I'm going to have it like that. Okay, like that. Let's see what we've got. Oh, we can definitely use these. I do have, okay, that on there. Let's have a bit of lace. Oh, didn't I cut some lace in half, or did I use it? Right. This bit on there. Oh. So I'm trying not to use the clusters for these ones. Right, I need to turn the glue gun back on. So using these bits. So that. Oh, actually, I quite like this. Yeah, quite like that there with I need a cut flower. No, actually we'll leave it as is. We can embellish it. Come on. There we go. So just like that. And then this one, I said I wasn't going to put a cluster on. However, I think that cluster is going to look gorgeous on there. So we're just going to do it. Yeah, I like that. Nice, really nice. Okay, so there's that. Now that needs something else. I'm not sort of happy with, right, yeah, it just pop a flower on. I think that's all we needed for it. Was just, there we go. Now I'm happy. Although it looks more like a cluster, doesn't it, than a tag. So I'm just going to quickly cut out a tag because it really doesn't look like a tag. It looks more like a cluster. That's better. Right, okay. Do you know what? I'm going to pop some burlap onto it because I think that's going to really add to it. So this one will end up being a nice chunky card. Okay. But that just, yes, that's better, much better. Right, okay, I feel happier with that. What time are we on? Right, we could definitely make another. Let's make 2 little baby ones. 1, 2. Let's use this up. 1, 2. Let's use these. diamond side like that. Okay. Let's use a flower. Let's use a flower here, and let's use this tag. There we go. Okay, let's use the same tag on the other one, just like that. Anything else I want to add on to it? I'm going to, do you know what? I'm going to add another flower onto this one. Let's add a final flower so that, yeah, it just sort of, yeah, we've got 3 on, so there's that one. And then on this one, yeah, I'm going to have a flower just underneath there and a flower just there. Okay, there we are. So there's that one. Let's turn this off again before it starts annoying the life out of us. What time are we on? We've got, oh, we can make another one. Right, okay. Right, let's do 2. See if we can. Now I do have a cluster, so that is that. Okay, let's put some pink on. Done. Let's grab our glue gun. Show up. Let's pop that there. Let's pop this on. Oh, come on. Just there. I wanted it underneath, but never mind. Yeah, I like that. Right. Okay, can we do one more? Let's have a look. Right, that on. Now, we've got this little bit here. Okay, let's grab some flowers and then we're just going to pop these on like that. And then the last one. And then we've got birthday. Which will go there. That's actually such a simple tag, but that looks so cool. Right, okay. Anything else I want on it? No, I don't. I think we'll keep that as is. And we've got a minute left. Right, I'm gonna stop there. I don't think we can get another one in. Yeah, whew, that was a marathon, guys. That really was. But it was so much fun. I think I actually have made quite a few. I was a bit worried at the beginning, thinking actually 32. I don't think I'm going to be able to make that amount, but we will see. I think I might be close. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do, you don't need to see me tidy up, so we'll just push that over there. And I'll tidy that up in a bit. Let's pop a pin in there so it doesn't come undone. And then our burlap, which actually I could have ended up using it all if I wanted to, but yeah, and then they can go back in the box. Right, okay guys, let's have a look. Let's see how many cards we have created in today's video. Not cards, sorry. Oh my goodness. How many, there we go. Stop. Let's see how many tags. Actually, that went quite quickly, so I reckon maybe I could have made one more, but anyway. Right, we've got lots of tags here. Let's see how many we've made. I do have a couple of clusters left over to the side that we didn't use, so, but it definitely made life a lot easier using these clusters. So let's count. Let's see how many tags we have created in today's video. So we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, dropping them, 29, 30, 31, 32, wow, 33, 34 tags we've made. So actually I was only 2 off. We made more than I thought. That is a surprise, because like I say, when I first started and we were doing them, I was thinking actually no, but I think I love these torn tags. I'm going to do that for Christmas, I think, because I love how they look, and especially with the straight edges at the top. So that's something that I have really enjoyed doing, and I think it's going to go into other projects with me. So something a little different, isn't it? But yeah, wow, 32 tags to take into our card making. So when I do the cards with the tags, it'll just be a back and piece of paper, then this goes on the card. That's all I do, because we've done the hard work. That's one of the reasons why I love doing these sort of videos and making these sort of things, because it just makes life so much easier. I will be back with how many cards using these and the clusters, and we'll see how many cards we can make using the last of the 12 by 12 papers, which there is a lot. We'll count it in the next video. But that is it for today, guys. Thank you all so very much. She's quiet now. Yeah, she's quiet, honestly. Yeah, thank you all so much for spending your time with me. Lucy, not Lucy. Lady says goodbye to you all. Oh, I think I need to go and have a drink. Yeah, Lady says goodbye because she's shut up snoring, and I say goodbye. Happy crafting, everyone. Thank you so much for being with me. Until next time, please all do take care, and happy crafting. Bye.